Hey everybody, this is Calvin Waite. I trade crypto for a living. I'm not a registered or licensed financial advisor, planner, or broker, so nothing on this channel should be taken as a recommendation to buy or sell. I also trade all of these things, so I probably have a vested interest in there. But there's plenty of entertainment value and lots of education, so this will be awesome. For those of you who didn't know, my subscription channel is live. So look at the link in the description over at cryptoinfluencers.com and you can see how I make all of my trades and what I do and what I think about everything. This channel is for more hypothetical and looking at trends, and the other one is for actual trading, so you might be interested in that. All right, good morning everybody. I like this new strategy of doing my normal videos earlier, so this is good. I wanted to first of all congratulate Ricky for being our lucky recipient of $25 worth of ETH today. So if you want to sign up for the giveaway, I just give away $25 of Ethereum every day. Just go to the link in the description. There's a place there. You just sign up for the basic free channel on cryptoinfluencers.com, and there's a link there that you can click to just go to the chat. So that's how you get that. And today it's been a little quieter. Only one person has got an address. So if only one person puts an address in, then they're the winner. $25. But we'll just do this every day for forever until less there's a change that needs to happen. But so far it's cool. It's really neat to have you guys in there, and don't be afraid to say hi in chat. All right. Just one final reminder that on Wednesday we do our live streams, so you'll have to join us for that. It's at 12:30 Mountain Time. Okay, let's talk about Bitcoin. So this morning, Fed Powell started to speak, and right when he started speaking at 1500. So right here, you can see how the markets got really wonky. He must have been clearing his throat for about 7 minutes, and then suddenly things went up, and then they went down, and then they went up, and then they went down, and we're kind of back where we were. So nothing earth-shattering. The S&P didn't quite like it as much, but there are a couple things that are worth talking about. I didn't listen to the speech, so I'm no help on that subject. But look at the performance of the S&P right now. We're in a green zone, and we have been for quite a while on the daily. And this resistance line is blowing wide open. We opened today higher than we've opened since August of 2022. So this is almost the highest we've traded in almost a year. It is like 9 months or something. This is pretty phenomenal. So I'm also seeing news that the odds of us going into recession is 99.3%. So news is definitely misdirection, and we may go into a recession, but I would definitely be waiting for the chart to tell me that rather than some dude on the news. This is amazing. I mean, this is a bullish move. The weekly looks phenomenal. The weekly shows a pullback and support on this line, and now we're moving off. And even the monthly. Last month we broke above our resistance line, resisting on the 20. This month so far, we've pulled down, confirmed support on our breakout point, and now we're above the 20. So we're starting to move on. So it looked good to me. So I mean, just a technical analyst guy here, but that looks pretty incredible. There are a couple of things that are, so in other words, the S&P isn't currently causing any problems for Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin's just causing its own things, and it has nothing to do with anything fundamental. It's just that We are very overheated, and we're starting to cool off a little bit. We just need a natural pullback, a healthy correction, and we'll get there. Well, yesterday's close is interesting because what we're really watching for is what happens next. We've got our high established, our low established. We have a lower high, a lower low, and after yesterday's close, this became a new lower high. So our lower highs are accelerating, which means we might be getting closer to some kind of a volatility event where things really shake out. And with this being such a bearish engulfing candle where we've erased 4 days in a row of closes in one day, there's some bearish sentiment here. I know we have major supports below us, but if you remove everything and just look at price action, this thing looks like it's ready to fall apart. That's just the way it looks to me. I really strongly feel like there will be support down here, and so we don't have much to fall. But this looks like an acceleration to the downside, not a deceleration. So another thing, look at the 100. The 100 is this is how potentially things can break down. You get a hot stove reaction off of a line, and then you get a little closer to it, and then you get a body on it, and then you break it. So I don't know if the 100 is going to be holding for much longer. We're starting to hit it with a lot of frequency. We held it here, and now we're touching it again. So it's been a while since we've been here, and now we've touched it almost within a week, twice. So this is starting to accelerate as well. So it's making me a little bit more in the camp of the bears. Plus, the line that we established yesterday on our video, we've definitely found a rejection point, and it rejected hard yesterday. So things are starting to unwind. We're just waiting for a beautiful buying opportunity down here. That's all we're waiting for. Okay, so not to switch things up too much, but I did check the odds of interest rates changing, and things are getting much higher. This was about 20 or 30% before the speech, and he must have just told the market that we're not going to be doing any rate raises. So that should be fairly bullish, which also lends to S&P's price action. And we haven't looked at a couple of other things. The mempool on Bitcoin has chilled out. Yeah, I don't think there's much weight to be held in this drop because we're still price-wise we're still at about 17 satoshis, and we were about 30 or 20 or something before this drop. So I think it's just kind of a glitch in the display. But currently we are definitely prices are much cheaper. Ethereum. So this is something we are now above 1.3 million in net staked Ethereum, which represents now just over 15% of supply. So the fundamentals are getting better for Ethereum, and the burn rate has chilled out. So we're starting to level off a little bit, but still pretty high. So because of all those things, Ethereum is turning the corner a little bit. Ethereum is showing much more strength than Bitcoin. I removed our line that was here with the pros because it's not telling the story anymore. What's happening here is we are exiting the red zone. We're now finding support off of the 50, which is rising, and we have a flat resistance line that we've touched now 5 times. This thing's ready to blow wide open, and what that means is that Ethereum is going to outperform Bitcoin coming up in the next, it'll probably be days. It's going to be a pretty big breakout. But Ethereum could beat Bitcoin even if Bitcoin's falling. And so this doesn't necessarily help us in the dollar world, but it does mean that Ethereum is going to be a little bit better of an investment, and that's what I would expect coming up here. So you'll also see that in Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance did close in the yellow. We went from green to yellow at close yesterday, And today we might be dropping a little bit. The more this drops, the stronger alts and Ethereum are going to be, at least versus Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin gets whatever flush out it needs and it finally hits a selling climax and we finally establish a bottom, and that Bitcoin can start chilling out and start going sideways or even slowly climbing, we're about to have an alt season, and it is going to be awesome. So I'm really looking forward to that. A lot of the alts are starting to really level off and find a base. And so that means that, it'll just be a little ignition and things will really get going. So that's kind of a brief update on the market this morning. Not a ton to talk about, just the fact that this was a very, very bearish close, very bearish. We dropped a long ways and we only recovered like 20% of this move. So it was such a weak bull move, and the rejection point was on this line here, that we're waiting for a breakdown. But yesterday, I was actually watching very closely at this close level. 26,775 was our lowest close on this leg down. And if we get a close lower than this, then we're going to be establishing a new low, which is a full continuation of this leg. Yesterday we did get bought back up just above it, so we ended up closing at 26,821. So it was about $50 higher, but we're holding on to it with our fingernails here. It's pretty rough. So I'm expecting some more volatile price action coming up soon. I still think the 200 week will hold. So if we do drop off, we probably have 2 days left or a day and a half left to get near this, but probably not break it. If we do break it for reals, it'll probably happen next week. Or if we have a flash thing. A flash is just not going to work. We've had a couple. So we've had a couple of flashes that just never materialized. So the market is not convinced that this is bullish support. So we're probably going to need an actual drop to get the emotions flushed out on the bear side. And then once those emotions are processed and we kind of have an established low, then the climb back up will be much more believable. So anyway, markets feel a little boring because we've kind of been ranging pretty tight, but this range is sort of building up momentum and energy to have a breakout, and it'll most likely be to the downside. So if you're holding, just be patient. Better days will come, but I think we just need to get through this. We've moved up a lot and we've absolutely gone nowhere for 2 months, and we kind of have to get volatile to break out of it. And so we need to get our footing, our line in the sand, and then we can start climbing again. So whatever flush out we get, I think will be temporary, but I think it's coming, and I think it'll be fairly intense because there's a ton of weakness in this formation. Like it's very weak. We're already back where we were at the end of our 8 days of down. And so, yeah, buckle up. All right, so that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's pretty cool to see you guys, popping into chat and things. If you have questions, or if you are, if you have anything you want me to look at, you can pop it into the chat. Somebody was asking me earlier about it was about one of the trades that I closed, and they were asking for details, and I'd rather they ask me here so that everyone can benefit from the example and things like that. So, but anyway, yeah, pretty cool. Good times, everyone. We'll wrap it up there, and then we'll see you on chat, or else. Saturdays are a little crazy, so I can't always promise a video on Saturday, but for sure Monday we'll hit it hard, and we'll see how the weekend wrapped up. All right, you guys, we'll see y'all. Thanks for making it to the end of my video. Make sure you keep those trades small. Don't force a trade. Don't get impatient. And if you want to see how all this works, please come over and check me out on the subscription channel at cryptoinfluencers.com. Again, the link is in the description.